On Thursday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed Donald Trump's big, beautiful tax bill by a vote of 215 to 214, with one vote being present, and that now goes on to the Senate. House Republicans have told Senate Republicans, don't water this bill down, just pass it as is. Um, don't make many changes unless it's even deeper cuts or, you know, balancing out the spending so we're not going deeper in debt. They're trying to tell the Senate how to do their job. One, senators don't like members of the House telling them how to do their job. They typically like to deal with their own House. Um, and that goes both ways. Both houses like to be independent of each other. They only like to work together when it comes to getting stuff done, when they have to. Beyond that, there's some question as to whether this bill is going to pass the Senate as is. Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican, has said, um, the bill's future could be in doubt because there's a lot of issues with it, and some of the senators may not be for it. Then there's also the question of, does it meet the requirements for reconciliation? For example, there is the line in there that prevents judges from issuing nationwide injunctions. Well, that does not apply to the budget and that does not apply to taxation. So that could potentially be ruled by the Senate parliamentarian as being against the rules of reconciliation. And then this would have to pass by normal rules, which would include getting past the filibuster, which is that 60 vote threshold in the Senate where they would need Democratic support. But House Republicans are saying don't water this bill down unless it's deeper cuts or balancing out the budget even more. And we will have to see what the final result of this bill is in the Senate. If they make any changes, even simple changes, it would have to go back to the House and get voted on again. Now, with that margin being 215 to 214, with one vote being present, um, they can't lose any votes to still pass it in the House. This barely passed as is, and they're worried about any changes, even minor ones, coming back and the House voting it down. Now, ultimately, maybe that was the game plan um, for somebody. Maybe one of the Republicans intended for the Senate to make some changes, and so they could vote it down later and say, "Well, we tried, Donnie." Um, we will have to see how this plays out. But the big beautiful bill's future in the Senate is in jeopardy. Even Republicans are trying to strong arm senators to make sure it passes because they have their own doubts as to whether or not it could pass the U.S. Senate.